League and Legends, or LAL as it's called by its player base, or LALheads as I call them, is a MOBA video game developed and published by Riot Games.
With 32 million active monthly players, it is a mainstay of the competitive gaming scene known as G-Spots, and as such, G-Spot competitors stand to make a lot of money for being very good at playing LAL.
For this reason, it's absolutely vital that players pick the right character for them to make sure they go on to G-Spot glory, and we're here to help.
Having read literally dozens of words about League and Legends, your boys at TripleJump have compiled a comprehensive list of the he and she monsters that'll guarantee victory.
So let's look at some. I'm Ben.
And I'm Peter from TripleJump, and here are 10 incredibly powerful League and Legends characters. Number 10, Ivan the Tree Man. Half tree, half man, all hero. I guess it's not a 50-50 split, to be fair. He's probably about 70 to 80% tree, but he's got 4 limbs and it's like a general humanoid foot. Can we start again? Number 10, Ivan the Tree Man. 3/4 tree, 1/4 man, all hero. Ivan the Tree Man, as he's known in the circles of particularly adept LAL-heads, is often called the Green Father by idiot noobs and the official LAL website. But none of that matters. Just look at the way he walks. Absolutely mesmerizing. So mesmerizing, in fact, that I've forgotten how to play LAL. And you too can have that effect on your opponents by selecting Ivan the Tree Man as your character and simply prancing directly into an enemy player's line of sight, leaving them completely unable to use their mouse and keyblade. Even in the unlikely event this tactic proves ineffective, you know this guy can hold his own in a real fight. He's 73 feet tall, he's got a cannabis beard, or a canna-beard as doctors call it, and the sensational media reports that he only lives in the forest so he can bugger small rodents are, at best, unsubstantiated and, at worst, completely true. Ivan the Tree Man, half tree, 3/4 tree, half man, 2/3 squirrel botherer, 3-year suspended sentence.
Number 9, Kenan. It's a hamster, we think. It's a ninja, and it's of unspecified gender. Oh, no, hang on, it's a boy. Introducing Kenan. This speedy little fella will run rings around the competition, and thinking about it, we may be assuming a lot about his species, actually, but with those hamster cheeks of his, he has a face that not only a mother could love, but also a face that could store a great deal of deadly ninja weaponry. Just make sure it's in a Ziploc bag. A student of the South Staines Hamster School of Ninjaing, Kenan's just graduated to his yellow belt and is keenly practicing forward rolls at home on the sofa. Unfortunately, such an OP, obviously powerful character has to have some downsides, and in the case of this savage nibbler, it's that he suffers from monochromatic colour blindness, making it near impossible for him to sort his lights from his darks when doing the washing. Just look at the embarrassing results of times he stuck his Shinobi Shizoku, or ninja suit, in the wash with other clothing. Ugh, used to be white, Don't let that put you off, however. This feisty hamster, we think, ninja, plays a vital role on any LAL team, with many wishing it wasn't illegal in G-Spots to all players the same character.
Number 8, Cogmore. You might look at Cogmore and his various alternate skins, such as Cog_more, Cog praying hands emoji more, or Cog question mark, and think, hey, cool, I love Lilo and Stitch. Shut up. This creature would roast Stitch in his own juices and serve him up at a dinner date with Lilo's hot sister. Cog_more, or Cam to his closest friends, like me, is one of the single most important characters in all of League and Legends, due to the fact that while all the other heroes on the roster are the eponymous legends, he alone is the aforementioned League itself. You might ask how a living creature can be considered what Google defines as a collection of peoples, countries, or groups that combine for mutual protection or cooperation. But the truth is that inside of Cog_more, there's a crack team of 19 pilots and weapons operators from all different nations of the world, working together for the advancement of science, like the International Space Station. Yeah, that's it actually. Cog_more is an international space station. Yeah, that'll do.
Number 7, Nu and Willem. It's wildly on brand for one of this duo to be named in honour of the late vacuum cleaner and eater of worlds from the popular anime Teletubbies, as League and Legends Nunu is seemingly imbued with the same divine powers. Sucking up enemies like they were tubby custard, Nunu is the boy who'll break your back without lifting a finger and laugh while he does it. They even have the same eyes. See? Practically twins. And his best friend Willem. Where do we even start? This guy Oh no, I'm not allowed to say that, am I? I mean, this guy is charged with protecting the lad who levitates and destroys cities for fun, so you best be afraid of him too. I wouldn't want to meet these guys in a dark alley because they'll ruffle up your hair and tickle you all over. They're also notorious cyber bullies. Really, they're onto their 80th account now. Don't just become another statistic. Get these guys on side.
Number 6. Gangplank the Pirate. Ooar, avast ye, you scurvy twat. Hoist the jibber jabber and set sail for G-Spot victory. Let old Captain Gangplank loose on your enemies and he'll scrub their poop deck so thoroughly they won't sit down for a week, is what I would say if Gangplank was indeed a real seafaring pirate boy. But he isn't, and that's exactly why you should add him to your League and Legends squad. It's true, Gangplank the Pirate neither sails the 11 seas, nor does he even illegally distribute unauthorized copies of Marvel movies he's recorded from the back row of the Odeon. No, Gangplank's buccaneer-like facade is all just an elaborate disguise. Ha, I can take some salty old sea biscuit with one hand, say all your idiot opponents, before he glugs down a doomsday potion and transforms into Athal Kuroth, the black dragon of the Blood Brood, and pulls the 4 moons of planet Lal out of orbit to rain them down on his enemies. Obviously, we'd show footage of his draconian form at this point, but we'd really hate to spoil the design for those who haven't seen it yet, so just take my word for it. Play as Gangplank, end the world.
Number 5. Dr. Mundo. Don't let the title fool you, Dr. Mundo is not legally allowed to practice medicine anywhere other than at sea. No, you must understand that the good doctor is in fact a doctor of art. Graduating top of his class at the Rhode Island School of Design, Mundo holds his degree in woodblock printing, with his thesis posing the question, will I have time to produce block printings of such quality that my enemies lay down their weapons before they brutally murder me? It's a lengthy title, but one that provides massive success for the gentle giant, for you see, contrary to what his appearance may suggest, Dr. Mundo isn't prone to fits of physical violence, instead relying on producing art, that is, art made with wooden blocks, that's so breathtaking they reduce his foes to tears. Indeed, much like the boys of Age of Empires, a player skilled enough to main Dr. Mundo can turn an entire opposing team to his side, forcing a forfeit and winning the League and Legends match for their team. Be warned, however, as the G-Spots Commission is looking to nerf gun him sometime in the next year due to how obviously powerful he is, so make the most of Dr. Mundo while you still have him.
Number 4. Twitch. Rattler Twitch actually goes by a number of names in the LAL scene. The game's official website lists his full name as mrtwitch.tv/team TripleJump, but those who frequently choose him as their main, starter, or dessert may know him best as either Stinky Twitch, Twitch the Pong, Bumhole Twitch, or Twitchy Twitchy Poo Boy. Just look at the stench cloud. Twitch was originally named, of course, after the ever-popular online platform Twitter. Before long, this was shortened to Twits, and has over time become corrupted to Twitch. It's common knowledge, of course, the online streaming platform of the same name were very keen to brand their website after the extremely malodorous plague rat, and here we are today. Anyway, you should definitely choose Twitch the Stinky Rodent as your champion, because otherwise he'll just stay back at the hotel where all the other heroes hang out when they're not fighting, and everyone would much prefer he went off into the woods to get a good airing. Febreze can only do so much.
Number 3. Fiddlesticks. Oh, Fiddlesticks. That's what your enemies will be saying when they see your spooky lumbering ass waddling into view. Limited mobility aside, Fiddlesticks is so cocksure of his winning prowess that he doesn't even need this job, holding down several recurring acting roles in many popular mainstream franchises. Here he is in Pirates of the Caribbean, here in Batman, Red Dead Redemption's Undead Nightmare expansion here, Nightmare Before Christmas, and he even went on tour with Iron Maiden when beloved mascot Eddie came down with the mumps. He's a talented fella then, with the real reason his foes fear his presence being that most of them don't have enough pockets to keep their autograph books in. He's a big deal! Just look at that winning Hollywood smile.
Number 2. Singed. Often erroneously called Singed by inexperienced LAL heads, Singed was so named with a past participle because he used to be in a choir. but isn't anymore. Simple as that, really. The creative team allegedly argued with each other over the name Sung for a while, but it seems they're now all singeing from the same hymn sheet. Perhaps best known for his memorable catchphrase, Singh is an 83-year-old retired pharmacist who entered the League of League and Legends when he lost his two other favourite hobbies. The local council cut funding for the library on Market Street, and a real job's worth of a community support officer kept having a go at him for feeding the pigeons in the park. Unable to satisfy his love of literature and wildlife, his one fallback was to sign up for a supernatural blood sport, going from one champion to another, breaking their bones, flaying their skin, inverting their genitals, and disemboweling their disembowels. Smelling faintly of boiled cabbage and incontinence, Singh's wrinkles and liver spots strike fear into the hearts of all those who come across him, and the sounds that precede his arrival are enough to turn entire armies on their heels. Never before has there been so much power in the rustling of a Werther's original.
Number 1. Amumu the Sad Mummy. Amumu is described as a sad mummy, but don't let that affect your opinion of him. Check it. Rune-wise, Aftershock is good on him because he has two forms of CC that can immobilize an enemy, his Q and ultimate. Font of Life is also good as it helps allies heal when they attack, and this will not only let them sustain longer in lanes, but also in team fights where that small extra health will be crucial. Nimbus Cloak is good too as it gives you MS each time you use your ultimate, and this small decrease will allow you to gank better and have a higher impact with your ganks. As for jungle pathing, Amumu has a good time in the jungle because of his AoE abilities. He also has many different jungle routes that he can use, and while the biggest problem he faces early on is sustain, this can be remedied by taking honey fruit or the scuttle crabs to regen. It's important to note, however, that your Q doesn't go through minions, so make sure you use your Q and aim it correctly. If you won't hit the enemy, try to hit a minion nearby. You won't be able to stun them, but you may be able to hit your ultimate. Finally, and we can't stress this enough, Amumu's bandages can be used as toilet roll for your team if things get desperate out there. Obviously, powerful. Please nerf gun.
So there you have it, our 25 most powerful League and Legends characters. Hopefully you've now chosen one to help you top all the G-Spot tournaments and win the girl or boy.
Yes, and you can follow TripleJump on Twitter here, and while you're at it, why not support the things you enjoy by having a look at our Patreon.
Finally, don't forget to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. I'm Peter.
And I'm Ben from TripleJump, and thanks for watching. And thanks for watching. And thanks for watching. And thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching.